Hello and OMG, welcome back to my channel where today I have a video where I am talking about all things Kylie Cosmetics, overrated and must-have products. So if you want to see what I have to say, then go ahead and keep on watching. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the eyeshadow palettes from Kylie Cosmetics. Now, her eyeshadow palettes get a lot of hate and a lot of heat. And the reason I think is because I'm looking at the website and her palettes range from $42. I've seen her palettes go way past $42. For example, this palette is no longer available, but this is the Sipping Pretty eyeshadow palette. This one I want to say was $59, but this, in my opinion, was one of her best eyeshadow palettes that she has ever come out with. And the reason is you guys can see that I use it a lot. It has the warm tones, pops of colors, the glitters, the shimmers. You even get a black, which I haven't really seen a lot of black eyeshadows in palettes lately. They always seem to leave that color out. But in my opinion, this palette was absolutely amazing. It was very pricey. I absolutely loved it. I remember I would use this almost every single day. Excuse my allergies, you guys. It's just like if you guys have any home remedies for allergies, please comment down below because I'm tired of taking meds. But anyways, I remember I used this palette like every single day and I absolutely loved it. If you guys can find this palette maybe on like eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Depop, somewhere that you guys can find it, maybe not used for a cheaper price, you guys would love it so much. It's no longer on the website. One palette that was extremely overrated, that was absolutely terrible from Kylie Cosmetics, this one is no longer available. This is the Kris Jenner eyeshadow palette. This is what it looked like. The packaging was super cute. It was like a nice little quad and a lot of cool tones. Now looking at it, you would think this palette is absolutely stunning because you get cool tones all in one. However, using this palette, the quality, it was chalky. The eyeshadows did not go on. The shimmers were absolutely terrible. This was, I want to say, her worst palette, and I think that a lot of people get this experience from Kylie Cosmetics where they use her palettes, and because of the price range of them being $42 and because of her name and her status, she's Kylie Jenner, for goodness sake, you would think her brand wouldn't come out with a bad product. But a lot of her eyeshadows, people do feel like flop because of their quality, their lack of pigmentation, just they don't go on well. Now, I did get this palette. This is considered the Blue Honey palette. It is on her website. It's just in a different packaging. So she changed the packaging. This was the original one where you got like her makeup tears, you get her little signature on the back. She changed it to basically like a more clean look, which is this right here. Ooh. So I was trying to save me money on here with all them coupons. This is what it looks like. It has like the black matte packaging. This one is $42. A lot of her stuff is sold out. This palette right here, I love. I still use it to this day. I like it because it's more of like a summer, springtime palette, and you can do neutral looks, but you can also spice it up by adding some blues and some gold. So I'm gonna be using this one today because this one is technically the only one available on her website, but it's sold out. I'm sure it'll be coming back in stock, but let's get into the look. Ooh, one thing that I did want to cover that I absolutely love, this was from her 21 birthday collection. She has come out with more of these eyeshadows, but this is basically the Born to Sparkle. It's basically a liquid eyeshadow. I know she has more available now. This one is a little bit dried up, but this is what they look like. They have a nice doe foot applicator. This one I think is still like good. But these are really good. If you guys happen to want liquid eyeshadows, Kylie Cosmetics has really good ones. I love these. I would use these ones back in the day when they weren't expired, when they were like new. I would use them as like a base on my eyelids and apply eyeshadow over it. And I really loved how they looked. They did kind of last all day, but I recommend them. I like them. If you're in the market for a liquid eyeshadow, check out Kylie's. You might like them. Now my eyeshadow, or my eyes are primed with e.l.f. Cosmetics concealer, or e.l.f. Cosmetics concealer they're primed with e.l.f. Camel Concealer. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So I want to create, I don't even know what type of look I want to create today. I have this pink headband going on because I saw Kim K wear her headband like this and I just thought that it looks super cute. And you know how the world is. Once Kylie and Kim do something, everyone does it. I don't agree with that. And while I do my makeup, I'm going to talk to you guys about why the Kylie Cosmetics brand is pretty much deemed as overrated. If you haven't watched, I made a video on Morphe on products that are actually good, but also I touched base on why the brand is overrated, if you want to see something similar. I'm kind of doing like a little series here on my channel in between my lash reviews. So I want to play with these colors, the golds and the lights. I don't really want to tap into the blues just because I'm not into doing blue right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and start to build up my transition by tapping into these two. I am using in case you care, a Moda Pro BMX shade brush in the number 466. I don't even know if people care about when people mention brushes anymore, but just in case you do care, that is the brush I am using. Now let's talk about why Kylie Cosmetics is deemed as overrated. For one, people hate the quality of her eyeshadow palettes. And the reason is a lot of people compare these to ColourPop. And I'm not gonna lie, I've used ColourPop before. They're very dangerously similar. And it is rumored that they are her cosmetics line and ColourPop is made in the same factory. Now, if they are, then obviously her formulas and everything are going to be very similar to ColourPop. And I also think that people deem her brand as overrated because of Kylie's status. She is a millionaire, billionaire, whatever you want to call it, a non-billionaire, a fake billionaire. She's rich. The homegirl is rich. She is rich, 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 with a capital R, rich. And they associate her status and I want to say her richness to her brand. And if they feel like Kylie's gonna put her name on a cosmetics brand and come out with so many launches as she does and come out with so many products, then they better be damn good, right? Because she's Kylie, for goodness sake. But a lot of people do not like the quality of her palettes. They say that for what she charges, $42 pretty much a palette, and for her name and for her status, and I emphasize status because she is pretty much like the fashion, makeup, beauty icon of the century. Whether you like her or not, she pretty much is. All the fast fashion brands copy everything she does. All these influencers, like for example, once Kylie dyes her hair a certain color, everyone dyes their hair that color. Once Kylie wears something, everyone wears that something. It's like, everyone needs to calm down. Like, just because Kylie does something doesn't mean that it's like, we all need to do it. I'm not the type of person where I obsess over celebrities. And I'm like, oh my God, like once they do something, like I have to do it. I've always had my own style. And while I appreciate Kylie's, unique style and her looks, I don't see the big obsession with, once Kylie does something, this has followed, by the way, like it needs to be replicated, duplicated, and everyone and their mom needs to follow it. I don't agree with that. I think it's a weird obsession to have over someone. I think it's very weird when I see like when Kylie wears or does something, the next day it's like, people are wearing the same exact thing or doing the same exact thing all over social media. It's effing weird, you guys, like stop. But anyways, like I said, because of her status and because of her influence, people expect way more out of her products. And I completely get that. I get it for the price range, for who she is, and what she's all about. And she's pretty much known for like her beauty in a way, even though she's kind of known for like, sculpting out her beauty on her face. And that's no tea, no shade, no lie. She got work done. But she's like this face of beauty that everyone just wants to be, which I don't agree with. I think everyone should be happy with what God gave them. If you want to enhance it, good for you, but don't change how you completely look. Like, for example, I've gotten my lips done before. I've gotten Botox. It was just to enhance my already existing features to preserve my face, if that makes sense. But I 100% don't agree with completely changing up your face. Now, with that being said, I'm kind of like rambling, getting off topic here. Sorry, I gotta blow the fallout away. What I'm trying to say is that with Kylie's status and being indulged into a beauty brand, people are going to expect her brand to perform at a higher level than similar brands to hers, which they deem in quality ColourPop. And a lot of people can find cheaper palettes out on the market from other brands that work tremendously better than Kylie Cosmetics. And I do have to agree, just because of my experience, for example, with the Kris Jenner palette. This, in my opinion, was a gimmick. It was a cash grab. It was like a Mother's Day thing, which was really, really nice of her to do a collaboration with her mom, but it was terrible quality. On the other hand, you do find palettes within her brand that are worth it. But let me tell you guys, I'm digging into this one right here. It has colors on it. It has names on the back. Busy Bee. What I'm trying to say is that people hold her to a higher expectation because she is Kylie and because of what she charges. And I don't even think she has discount codes. I don't think there's influencer discount codes. I don't think I've ever seen an influencer discount code. As of late, when I have seen reviews on her makeup brand on YouTube, for example, her most recent holiday launch, The Grinch, people hated that launch. I mean, it's sold out, but people hated it. And the reason why they hated it is because they felt like it was too muted to be a Grinch collection. I watched, if you guys follow Time the Infamous, I mean, she pretty much showed why the palette and some of the makeup just doesn't work, and how she would think that Kylie would step up her game since she has had her cosmetic brand for a while. It's not like she's a startup anymore. It's not like she's a small business anymore. Kylie is a big brand. She puts out something and it sells out pretty quick. So Time the Infamous was basically saying on her YouTube channel that she feels like by now Kylie would have, you know, stepped up the quality of her products. Now, when people look at her products, they usually think the eyeshadow palettes are boring. When she comes out with launches, they say her makeup is muted. It's just, you know, not bold. But if you look at Kylie's image and the brand and how she promotes her image, she's not known for crazy eyeshadow looks. Like, she's not a James Charles. She doesn't do makeup like Time the Infamous. Like, she doesn't do like these very bold statement looks. When she uses color, they're very flush and they're very muted. So I could see why her Grinch collection wasn't like these crazy green colors and sparkles and shimmers and what people really thought it was going to be, and green lipsticks and whatnot. It was very muted, but it was very her. One thing I have noticed about Kylie's brand is everything that she comes out with, the colors are muted, they are soft, they're not extremely bold, but that's who she is. She doesn't come out with like crazy ass looking looks on Instagram, whatever, YouTube, whatever she has. She's not known for that. So I get why her color stories are the way they are and why they aren't necessarily as bold. So as you can see, this eyeshadow does go on nice. You can see it's blending, it's doing its thing, it's doing what it's supposed to do. That's why I recommend this Blue Honey palette to you guys. If you guys, you know, are willing to give Kylie Cosmetics another chance, if it's a brand that you kind of like left and you want to get back with, like, this is a palette to revisit. Now, y'all know me, I love to stack shimmers. So I'm gonna basically stack these three colors together. I think I'm gonna start off with the dark one and then go, well, let me tell you its colors. I'm gonna start off with Sweet Thing and then move to Royal Jelly and then top it off with Buzz Off. So basically 1, 2, 3. So these shimmers, they're not as blinding. If you were to wet the brush, of course, you know, like any other shimmer, they go on super blinding. Because I'm layering them, I don't want to necessarily wet the shimmers because then they will tend to crumble. And I don't want that to happen with my eyeshadow. But let's talk more as to why people also think the Kylie Cosmetics brand is overrated. People hate her. Like, people hate Kylie, like, with a passion. And I don't agree with hating someone that you literally don't even personally know. Unless she was like a complete jackass and was out in life, you know, saying things and doing terrible, terrible things that just are not right and are not correct, I could see why people would hate the girl. Like, there's influencers people hate and they have legit reasons to because of things that they have done. However, I don't see the big issue with why people feel this need to hate on her so much. What I do think the reason is because obviously she got her entire body done. And unfortunately, her body type has become like the standard, the beauty norm, what everyone wants to compare themselves to. And I feel like it caused a lot of younger girls, millennials, Gen Z, people my age, to feel insecure about their bodies unless they look like her, unless they have an absolutely tiny waist, an inflated ass, large boobs. Like, I'll be honest with you, my body type has always naturally been very, very curvy. I have a tiny waist, I have hips, I have a bottom. It runs in my family. Mine is genetics, so don't ever come for me. I don't really post like body pictures on Instagram, but if you scroll through and you do see, I think I do have a couple on there. My body type is that naturally, and I just think it's really sad that honestly, ever since Kylie and Kim got their bodies done, that is what people think is the only beautiful body. And it's really sad that women's bodies are a trend. It's sad that even the term women's bodies is put in the same sentence as trend. Like, our bodies should never be a trend. It should never be trendy to your body has to look a certain way. Like when I was younger, I was really overweight. I lost weight, and that's when I got my woman hourglass body. But when I was younger, being a size 2, being a size 0 was like in. That was like the thing. Like to be stick thin was like the look. And then now it's like, okay, you gotta be like voluptuous, curvy, have the biggest lips, have to have the biggest butt, smallest waist, the biggest tits, everything. And that's kind of like the body image that they don't go out there and promote it. The thing about Kylie and Kim is they're not out there saying, go get plastic surgery. Like, we recommend it. It's just because they've become the standard of beauty that everyone wants to follow suit and look just like them. People hate Kylie and the Kardashians for that because of this body, and it's unfortunate to say this, but body trend that is going on now. They didn't ask for it. They didn't ask for this trend. It was just something that followed them, and now people feel they have to do in order to feel beautiful, and that's sad. And I think people associate all the hate towards Kylie with that, with her being fake, quote unquote, that they just hate her. They just absolutely hate her. I don't hate Kylie. I personally, I like her. Not personally, I don't know her personally, but personally for me, I don't have an issue with her, what she does, what she posts. I really don't have an issue with, honestly, her brand altogether. Her brand to me is just like Morphe, where there are going to be products that are 100% overrated, but there's also going to be products that are good that you can make work if you take the patience to make them work. Do I think that her brand is overpriced? Absolutely. I think for the quality of her products, completely overpriced. And that's why people think she's overrated as well, because her products aren't as good as they should be for the price, and because they hate her, and again, because the price is high. But I don't see a problem with her. She, seems to be a really good mom. She does floss a lot on the internet of, her cars and all of that. But I mean, she's rich. What you gonna do? And I also think that people think that, I'm just gonna do my eye makeup pretty much while I talk to you guys. This is not Kylie products right here, but I'll obviously tell you guys which ones are Kylie. Now, do you guys remember when she had first launched? She had only launched lip glosses, and the lip glosses were a flop. They were a flop because of the brush on the lip glosses. People went to town. I remember, I think Jeffree Star ripped her a new one online because of the quality of her lip glosses. It wasn't even the quality, I should scratch that. It was not even the quality of her lip glosses. It was pretty much the bristles of the brush that were with the lip gloss. Now, I ordered her lip gloss way after that fiasco of the whole brush thing. I had the color literally right here. I literally have not used literally because of that fiasco. Do you guys see those bristles pointing out? Let me get my camera to focus. But this is pretty much why her brand in the beginning flopped. Overrated. Now, I haven't ordered her lip glosses since because I was like, okay, I thought the issue was fixed. Like, I shouldn't be getting one with bristles looking all crazy. Like, how am I supposed to apply that? Like, while I'm applying my lip gloss, there's gonna be a bristle sticking out, so it's gonna poke other parts of my face. Like, how does that make sense? I don't necessarily know. You guys can comment down below and let me know if you guys have ordered her lip glosses as of recent, if they still have that issue. If they don't, I'm really happy that they don't, because I think that, she did start her cosmetics brand very young. Yes, she had money. Yes, she didn't start from rags to riches. But it's to put yourself out there and create a makeup brand and be a part of a family that people absolutely hate, and to just put your heart into it the way we're told Kylie puts her heart into it. I want her brand to be successful. I want her to keep growing, but I would like to see her products honestly go up in quality, if that makes sense. I hope I'm not rambling too much for you guys. We're gonna do the bottom of the eyes, and I'm gonna use this color right here. It's kind of like an orangey, like a yellow. Now, I like to talk about the cons of a brand first, because I've said it in my previous lesson in my Morphe video. People like to complain first, then, recognize anything. That's just human nature. That's just how people are. People like to complain. So I want to talk about the pros of Kylie Cosmetics. When there's a sale, it's a really good sale. And that's typically when I get my Kylie Cosmetics products. I wait until Ulta has a sale. I will wait until she has a sale. because I just, honestly, I don't see the point in paying, you know, $42 for things or $18, $16, what her normal retail prices are. To me, it just doesn't make sense because in my opinion, her products are just not worth the price. So I wait until there's a sale. And when there's a sale, it's a great sale. So let's move on to the next Kylie product that I want to talk about. And we'll talk about we'll continue on the must-have, overrated, underrated theme here. I have her bronzers, and people probably hate these bronzers. I will tell you my honest opinions. I've mentioned this bronzer before. This is the Kylie Tequila Tan Bronzer. I have hit pan on it, you guys can see. The reason why I've hit pan on this one is because when I buy products, I am not somebody who obviously gets makeup for free. I buy things with my hard-earned money. I'm also somebody who doesn't like to go and return products. I don't know why, but if like I go and buy a product, and I don't like it, I'm like, I'm not gonna go return it. I'll just figure out how to make it work, whatever. So anyways, I got this one on sale at Ulta when they had a really good sale on her bronzers and her blushes, and I pretty much bought everything that I could because they were so cheap. I can't even remember how much they are, but let me tell you real quick how much these bronzers are. Face, bronzers. I've tried to memorize it, but you girl can't. These are $18, the bronzers. This one right here is a very muted bronzer. It takes a lot and a lot of adding it onto the brush to get some payoff on your face. So this color in particular, I feel is overrated. I've mentioned before that it's a good bronzer if you want like a natural look, but if you're someone who picks up this and thinks that it should perform the way a bronzer should perform, you're not gonna be happy. Now, however, I did pick up when they were on sale the color Tawny Mami. This is the darker one. This is obviously for darker skin tones. This is one that I would use more in the summertime when I do get a little bit more tan. This one is super duper pigmented. This one is beautiful on. It has a very like summery glow to it. Like it's just an absolutely stunning bronzer. This is a must have. If you are someone who gets really tan in the summer, or if you have a darker skin tone, you will absolutely love this bronzer. So I'm gonna use the color Tequila Tan. I just wanna show you guys I've grown to really like this bronzer, but if I had to choose a bronzer that I'd want to use, you guys know I would choose my Morphe Glamour Bronze bronzer in the color Icon. This one right here is just, it's really, really muted. You have to really, really, really dig in. Like I am digging and digging, and it takes a lot of product. Like look at how much product I put. And I know on camera you guys can see it, but in person it still is very, very muted. But yeah, so this would be one of the products I would consider, well, in the specific color, overrated. But honestly, her bronzers shouldn't be like this. They should all, doesn't matter what color you get, they should all have the same pigmentation, whether you are a light skin tone or a darker skin tone. It shouldn't be that the darker ones are more pigmented and the lighter ones are, and it should be an equal scale, if you feel me. But I mean, you guys, I had to put on a lot, so like a lot. I'm gonna wear my headband like this. I'm just gonna tan the lower part of my forehead because I got a big ass forehead, you guys have seen. I'm just gonna contour real quick. I hope I'm not rambling too much. This is more of like a get ready with me. Let me chit chat, tell you some thoughts and opinions. Comment down below what you think of Kylie Cosmetics. I personally don't have a problem with it. I'm just telling you guys from observation why I think people feel the brand is overrated. And I'm obviously sharing with you some products that I truly feel are overrated, but also some products that I do like. For example, that eyeshadow palette I do like. Now don't mind my nose right here. Makeup is just not sticking to it today. My nose has a mind of its own. So you guys can see like this contour is not deep at all. Usually when you put bronzer on your nose, it's, in my opinion, it goes on a lot darker than your cheeks. I have to keep layering and layering this one to even get some type of payoff. So if you guys do like Kylie though and you want more of a muted bronzer because you're not heavy on makeup, get this one. All right, so next product that honestly is not good, I think completely overrated, are her blushes. These, I have Kitten Baby right here. It's supposed to be like a really, oh my God, I can't even open it. What's going on here? Hold on guys, here we go. What threw me off is this looks like a pink, looks like a light pink, but you turn it over and it's orange. Like, what? what's going on here? These are very, very muted. They do not go on pigmented at all. They remind me a lot of like pastel eyeshadows where, I mean, you can stamp them all day and it's gonna take a while to build them up. They're honestly just, I mean, they're not just as pigmented as they should be for a blush. I would never go recommend you guys to go purchase a Kylie Cosmetics blush. And the thing is, like, she's known for her super pink blushes. I just personally don't see the big deal with her blushes. It does look cute on camera, but honestly, these are super, super muted. They're, I'm gonna say $16. They are not worth your pennies. Ooh, I got it wrong. Her blushes are $18 and they're pretty much all sold out. Weird. Maybe people do like them. I don't recommend them. It is what it is. So I went ahead and just added some eyelashes real quick. Now the next product I want to get into, I don't see that it's available on her site. I do see that she has different highlighters, but this one in particular, her loose highlighters in the color Santorini. If you guys can get your hands on this highlighter, these ones are really good. They are very messy though. The packaging is really not convenient. I mean, the product gets everywhere, but these loose highlighters are so good. They're so blinding. Like, I'm gonna show you guys right now. I don't know, like, bitch. I don't know, like, you guys, like, bitch. Do you see this? I don't know if these are honestly discontinued. Let me pop some under the brow bone. I know I usually don't do like bold brow bone with shimmers on my eyes, but I just want to show you guys, like, this is so pretty. Again, if you guys can maybe find this like on a third-party site, any of her loose ones, like, oh, they are chef's kiss. They are so beautiful, you guys. Like, I love these. So I just melt it in by doing this. It kind of helps to mute it. I'm going to show you guys on the cheeks right now. Like, girl, let me get a decent amount. Like, oh my god, that's a lot, but they are so blinding. Like, I don't know what happened to I don't know. I don't know if she discontinued these. Like, but I mean, if you guys can figure out a site or somewhere else that you guys can get your hands on a Kylie loose pigmented highlighter, like, they're so good, like, so good. Probably like a product that she should bring back if it is discontinued. And you guys can see, like, you can literally make that highlight super blinding, or you could mute it like I did and just give you like a little effect. Okay, so the next product I want to talk about are lip products, and you guys, her lip liners are phenomenal. It looks like they are all sold out as well. Let me double check the pricing on these ones. I got her her lip liners when there was a big sale going on, and they were really cheap. Let's see, lip liners. Okay, so her lip liners are $12, so that is a little on the expensive side, but honestly, these are the most creamy, buttery lip liners ever. This one right here was from the Kris Jenner collection. It's no longer available, so I'm not even gonna bother with that color, but it's kind of like a pink. Her red velvet one is amazing. Iced Latte is my absolute favorite. This one I have Hot Chai, which is really good. It's like a nice deep brown. This one right here is Caramel. It's a little bit lighter than Iced Latte. And then I have Coconut. These are my absolute favorite lip liners. Like, if you don't have a Kylie lip liner, I highly recommend the color Iced Latte. It's like so good. All of them are so good. Get your hands on them. So I'm gonna use Iced Latte. Now, the only criticism I have of these lip liners is that, like, when you go like this, sometimes the product just falls out. It's almost like this part is loose and the product wants to fly out. So just be very careful when dealing with these lip liners. But I mean, they go on so good, last all day, and they're so buttery. See what I mean? It pushed down, I gotta push, like, I go like this and it pushes the product out. It's weird. So I've never worn her lipsticks before. I did get this one when I ordered the 21 collection. It's in the color Rager. It's like a really dark color. I've never used it. I know it's expired, but I mean, I haven't used the product, so maybe I'll use it this summer and see if it gives me like a nice bright red. But the lipsticks that I do, the liquid lipsticks that I do recommend for her are the Velvet liquid lipsticks. I had a ton of those and I used them all up. Those ones, the formula is so good. It lasts all day. Her matte ones, honestly, in my opinion, are overrated. The matte liquid lipsticks, you put them on, they're super dry, they crumble, they're the absolute worst, but her Velvet liquid lipsticks are amazing, like must have. Try them out if you haven't already. Ooh, I found one. I have the color Mood. Yeah, I'll go ahead and use this one. Oh, so good. A little bit goes a long way. So I'm just taking off the excess. So good. All right, so this is the final look using a lot of Kylie Cosmetics products. I went over why people think the brand is overrated and must-have products that are good, overrated products, products that she should bring back. Just ones that I highly recommend to you are obviously the lip liners, her highlighters, certain eyeshadow palettes. I would steer away from the bronzers and the blushes. They're just a no-go. But with my point of doing these videos is I don't want to talk about hate and bring hate towards brands. I want to talk about why people think they're overrated, but also why you should give the brand a second chance. It's because you can find hidden gems within certain brands that people just hate. And I don't agree with hating someone who you don't even know, like Kylie. Yes, she is huge, millions of followers, whatnot, but I don't think it's right to hate on somebody because of who they are, what they look like. It is what it is. Like her from afar, like her from a distance, but don't hate her. Anyways, I hope that you guys all enjoyed this video and found it very informative. I personally like Kylie Cosmetics. I do think that there are products that are just not good, and there are products that are just really good that I recommend to you guys. So give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and click that bell so you get notified of every time that I do upload a video. 2021, please still wear your mask and always spread peace, love, and happiness. I will see you all in my next video.